What is up, everyone? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let's go. How's everyone doing today? So, got a special edition of pre-market prep today. Okay. Um, I was pretty sick earlier this week. Not pretty sick. I was sick as hell on Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. Really, really sick. So I wasn't able to trade. I was in bed, just sweating it out. Um, so that's why we didn't have pre-market prep this week. So instead, we're doing this. We're going to do a Friday session, okay? Throat's still kind of jacked. But we should be good. All right, we should be good. All questions, all concerns, all that good stuff in chat. Let's see here. Thank you, guys. Where's everyone joining from today? We always get some very interesting countries. It's always blows my mind to see where you guys join from, you know? It's really cool to see how global of a community the trading community is. I love it. Especially here on YouTube. It's wild. Look at that. Latvia, Albania, Morocco, Norway, Montana. Montana? Always wanted to go there, actually. Hawaii, Canada. A lot of Canadian traders. El Salvador, Palestine, Belgium. It's where my father was born, Tim. Big fan of your national team every World Cup. Bulgaria, yeah, crazy. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So we're gonna get right into it. Okay, this is gonna be a long one, probably 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 hours. I don't know. We're gonna go as long as it takes to get the points that I want to get to you guys across. Okay, and gals. We're gonna start right now. We don't have too much time. I want to live trade to the best of my ability today. A lot of the time when I'm doing these streams, I'm trying to teach. Okay, I'm trying to teach. And because of that, it does take some of my attention away from the trading. I don't want to stop talking during the stream, and I want to keep giving you guys information. And pretty much what I've been doing forever for my students is just blurting out whatever my thoughts are, you know, which is very, very, very important. How do you speak to yourself, right? And because I've been doing it for a long time, it's just kind of natural to me. Instead of trading and worrying about everyone, I just try to trade. Okay. But at the same time, there's some distraction. My goal this morning is for you guys to be sitting here as if we weren't streaming. Okay. In other words, I'm not going to be talking as much when the market opens, hopefully, if I see something to do. Right now, we're going to pretend I didn't already see what's going on in the markets, and we're getting down to pre-market prep. I want you guys to see the process. Okay. I guys want you to see the pre-market process. I want you to see the market open process. We're going to trade for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on what the action looks like. And then we're cutting straight out of that into some other really, really important stuff that I think is going to help all of you. Okay. Down the line, at least. Okay. Let's see here. You guys ready? I'm ready. So, Coffee. Thanks to Cobra for my little coffee mug. I will be short selling next year, just to let y'all know. I know I'm the long man, long and strong forever. One of the only ones out here who's just straight long. But some of the realizations I've come to this year on the risk reward side of the longs, for myself even, have limited my trading a lot. Have actually made my trading a lot better this year to the long side. But I am going to be working on short selling next year because I see all the spots too and understand the risk reward on that side. And we'll talk about that later. Let's get into pre-market prep. Okay. So scan wise, what am I scanning for? Gappers, right? Gappers. What has the week told me? Well, what was our biggest runner this week? CCCC. Okay. CCCC. Big ol' run. Biotechs have been the predominant theme. If you go back, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 free pre-market preps on YouTube, I mentioned that for the last month, all you should have been looking for pre-market are biotechs. The hardest part about what has happened and what happens anytime people understand what's happening, when other gurus, when chat rooms, when all the people understand what's happening, it gets harder to play these plays. Please let me know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. They get crowded. In other words, in small cap and with runners, the way this happens is that shorts get caught by surprise. Okay, of course, when these things gap up really big, shorts can get squeezed, right? Because it's up too much. It's just up too much, which is fine. I totally agree with that. I don't like buying those ones that are up 200, 300%. Okay? The problem right now is that everyone just chases the crap out of PRs. They chase them up 100, 200, 300% pre-market, right? We're also in a funny environment, okay? Because when we're talking about my trading process, the actual process itself, it always starts with overall markets. What are overall markets doing? Well, damn, we're damn near by highs, right? We're damn near by highs. Let me get these charts up for you as well. Israel, welcome, my friends. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just getting some charts up for you guys too here in a second. Interesting. Okay. Cool. If you guys have any tickers that you want me to get to this morning, go ahead and let me know in chat. All right. If you're my Wolfpack people, we're just using the YouTube chat right now. When we get to Trader Therapy later, we'll jump in the Discord again. All right. Cool. Beautiful. Sweet. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. It's pretty crazy. All right. Y'all should have some chart now, yeah? Okay, cool. That's everything we need. Camera's struggling a little bit. Put that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. First step in process for me, always overall markets. What are overall markets doing? Overall markets are about to break out to new highs, possibly. Okay. It'd be pretty phenomenal if they stuffed it. I mean, if they double topped the markets right now, that would be pretty wild to me. If they billied the markets, that would be kind of wild to me, right? Could you imagine that? So much retail buying volume, apparently, from my research lately. You know, so many people FOMOing into the markets over the last couple weeks, and Bitcoin as well, if you look at Bitcoin. What's my hope? I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care. All that I care about is that small cap is intact for me. And that small cap is lit for me. That is all that I really care about. Okay? Which has been the case, really. Which has been the case. We've had big runners, huge gappers every single day. Look at Getter here. These bottom bouncers, which I've been preaching literally since December for y'all to start learning. Maybe not on YouTube, but for my people, right? So, in other words, big picture, last time we saw markets up here, there were no penny stocks. This time, there are so many penny stocks. So we have and I've been trying to kind of mention this to you guys, but we have a very, very different fundamental circumstance going on right now in the markets for small cap specifically, okay? Which is what I like to trade. They're the most volatile stocks. They're the cheapest. They're the smallest. It's the smallest pond, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I find the best edge here. It's the only edge I've found. I've tried trading some options and some other stuff, and I plan on trading a lot. I plan on learning so much more about different instruments next year. Futures. A lot of stuff I plan on. You'll see. You'll see. But 500 and something penny stocks. These are listed stocks, y'all, under $1. Huge difference. 600 of them. Last time we were here, last time the markets were at their all-time highs, the Qs, SPY, there were no penny stocks left. 0 stocks trading under $1, which meant 0 reverse splits, right? Which meant 0 bottom bouncers, which meant small cap, all the edge that I had found in the past, mathematically and from a macro point of view here on these things, was gone. All right, that's not the case. So I am looking at this list of stocks and thinking to myself, I cannot wait for 2024. It's going to be this all year next year, I feel like. Unless we get a big market crash, in which case, more penny stocks. So I'm kind of excited. I'm not kind of excited. I'm super excited about next year. All right. For this scan right now, let's check it out really fast. Okay. 12 minutes. Get my filters back up to where they need to be. Percent change. 5. I scan light volume. For some of you who are newer, it's too many tickers, right? You guys can't see this on the stream. It's just how it works for some reason. Percent change is 5. Current dollar volume 50,000 is what I scan for pre-market. You can see there's only 40 stocks on there. There are only 40 stocks that are up 5% on $50,000, guys. That's like I could take that position size easily. It's like a run-of-the-mill position size, okay? So, in other words, what I do then, what do I actually do, all right? I want to see stocks that are gapping with volume, hopefully with a catalyst. The best catalysts these days have been the biotech catalysts, okay? The biotech catalysts. Let's actually take this down. Oops, sorry. I'm just going to make this nice and big. Oh, it's the wrong one, y'all. What is this, amateur hour? Hub C, fresh split today, right? Israel stock. I made some money on them here. Not much to it. Or here. I'm sorry. Reverse split. Okay? Reverse split. I'll keep eyes on them. Getter. Getter's the next gapper that I've got this morning. Another bottom bouncer. These are what I consider bottom bouncers. Stocks that are 10 to 20 cents, 10 to 30 cents, pretty much near their all-time lows. Most of these have been diluted. You have to understand there's a fundamental reason why these stocks go to zero right now. To literally zero. Look at this. This is bets. I've got some of this at a penny. I've got some of bets at a penny. They're like the worst. It's like the worst ever, right? These guys. Toxic dilution. Convertible shares. We're going to talk about this later. Okay? We're going to talk about it later, but just so sketchy. All these companies are so sketchy, right? And that's what we're seeing on my scan. This is what you guys really, really, really have to understand if you want to get this game. The macro, the big picture of small cap, they're tradable certain times a year. These stocks are tradable to the long side a couple times a year, okay? A couple times a year. It's the only time they're tradable, right? BRSH gapping, it's the next biggest gapper. They actually have a catalyst. Okay, they actually have a catalyst, these people. An agreement, a plan of merger and agreement with Arrive Technology. So it's M&A news, okay? It's M&A news. Really, really nice spike already. I'll break this down pretty much like I always would, which is I look for these kind of pre-market levels, right? These pre-market areas of support. And resistance, of course. Okay. This is just a 1 minute chart, and let's make it easier for ourselves for now. Pre-market highs, okay? Pre-market highs. I know shorts like to step in these areas. If you think shorts aren't shorting these 50 cent and 70 cent, 180 cent stocks when they're up 300% or 200%, you don't know what you're talking about. It's what they do. Factually, especially when they know that they're dumping hundreds of millions of shares and converting lower and lower and lower. Okay, with this toxic conversion, they have fundamentals on their side, oftentimes. That's why a lot of the short sellers work. You know, that's why a lot of the shorts are awesome. Great risk reward if you're doing it right for those that do. By the way, short. There are good shorts, there are bad shorts as always, right? We got VWAP here. Pretty basic the way I look at these things if I want to trade them at all. First of all, macro, big picture. They did a split recently and pump. Split pump, right? 7 faded to 3 post split pump to 8, right? Gap down 3 to the 150s here. Push, not clean this year or recently. Like recently, weird stuff happened here, okay? Recently, weird stuff happened here. Dilution, whatever else it is, for this to go from 8 to 0 in 5 months. In a bull market, you guys. Please let me know if you're... just say yes if you understand what I'm trying to say. In a bull market this year, this is what we're seeing from all these mid-cap and small-cap stocks. They're going to 0. Sorry, 5 minutes still open. Just bothers me. I just really want you guys to understand this concept of what's happening, okay? And that there are times to play them because they're being manipulated. They're being manipulated to the downside. They're being manipulated to the upside, right? When they're done dumping and converting as many shares as they can lower and lower and lower, oftentimes, right? Okay. Sorry, I know we're running short on time. But we're going to be live together for a while, so. Right? First target VWAP, something like that for me, on something like this for me, okay? When I'm looking at something like this, if this makes sense. I'm trying to get 1 to 3 minimum, but next year, why not 1 to 5, you know? I don't really like 1 to 3 even. I tried to get 1 to 5 to my profit target number 1 on risk reward on my longs and small cap. I really hope it makes sense to you. I try to find ideas where it looks dead or weak, but it's at some sort of support. And I know there are shorts involved based on the volume and the chart. Because every one of these guys, every short becomes a long. Every short creates demand at some point. They create pressure in areas. Of course, they're sellers. They create pressure, supply and demand. They create pressure. But then when it doesn't work out for them and they don't cover low, they create this. What we were talking about. This is all these are from yesterday. Let me remove all these. I was trying to explain this phenomenon yesterday to my students, which is yesterday was a red day. They were definitely going hard in the paint probably the day before. And then something like CCC is opening red yesterday. That is bread and butter shorts. That is a formula for what we saw during CCCC. Also a biotech, okay? Also a biotech. Okay, BRSH, sorry. We've only got 3 minutes till market open, my friends. So, for me, it's been a crappy week. I haven't really been able to trade. You know? I don't touch CCC, you know, once it's gone super parabolic and then has a huge crack. Maybe it bounces, right? We're seeing it try to hold support again. Still some twisted shorts maybe from yesterday being bailed out or something like that, you know? But, again, shorts create pressure, but they also, at some point, have to become buyers, which is the premise of all my buys. I don't care about I don't care about all that crap. I don't want to buy where they're shorting. That doesn't make sense to me. Selling pressure, okay? Personally. I want to buy where they're covering. But I don't like doing it during breakouts because the big picture in small cap is that there's always some asshole dumping shares. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. This is why I don't like messing around with breakouts, because if I am the asshole with millions of shares, hundreds of millions of shares to dump on these companies, okay, that's where I do it. Guess why? That's where the most volume is, period. 100% of the time, my friends. Smash the like if you're ready to make some money right now. Let's go. Sorry. I feel like shit from this week, but it's good to feel good. What do we got? 1 minute. Best part of trading for me, as I got good at trading, is the lack of the manic nature of the open now. I want to see these things shake for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Some of my entries these days to find that best risk reward that I can find. Okay? Smash a like. Smash a like. Okay. Excuse me. Get that water in too. All right, son. Straight spike on CCCC for now. BRSH, fresh gappers. You know what? Actually, what we're going to do too is I'd like to... All right. My MO every single day is let all the emotional stuff happen. Let everyone else mess with that. And then when the levels set themselves, I find good risk reward or I don't. So quite a different process than a lot of people. And that's why I believe I get different results than a lot of people, because it's not very... Most of the degen has been removed. I still have it in me. I promise. And sometimes I have to rely on that to get out of a shell or get out of a funk sometimes, which we're going to talk about all during Trader Therapy when we're done trading today. Live here on YouTube, we're going to do something really special. Y'all think it's all about patterns and charts. It's not. It's just one piece. Big pull on BRSH, okay? These are the areas I like to watch, right? Held pretty decently too, right? This little bit of support here. Oh, crap. Got to. There we go. I took a tiny position. It's a little earlier than I like to on something like BRSH. The macro is not great. Like I said, they've already pump and dumped. But I'm just going to risk that little bit of a low. I've told myself this week to size down and press some buttons. That's what I told myself. Size down, press some buttons. Okay. This is earlier than I normally like to do it. And it was a bit of a fat finger, to be honest. Especially with the slight morning spike, but usually my MO is to let them shake 2, 3 legs, especially these days, right? 5, 10, 50, even 5, 10 minutes is too early on a lot of these bigger. If I'm looking for the big picture reversal and they've gapped a lot, right? especially bottom bouncers and stuff like that. So, here, let me okay. Nice. I'm trying to get you guys something else really fast too. Hold up. Uh-uh. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to do right now is this. Hold on. Got that? Kind of an interesting morning, actually, to me. A bit of a divergence from the rest of the week, in terms of gappers and biotechs, or lack of, right? Or lack of. Right? The whole point for me when I'm playing these things, guys and gals, bottom bouncers, is to try to get a decent level of risk reward. I could have been more patient here. I could have even not traded this, to be honest. But I've been telling myself trade, 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 which we're going to talk about during trader therapy. I've been struggling a little bit this month. Okay. Right. I locked in just 2,000 shares there of 20,000. Right. It's only $44, but I don't really care. I've got that P&L up for you guys. I don't look at it at all. I just sell the shares, you know? Sorry, I'm trying not to get too just pigeonholed here, but I'm going to keep my eyes on a few more things. My son rummaging around. He's not supposed to be up right now. The getter, just a fat old crack. Another nice little perk there for me on BRSH. Beautiful, right? Locked a few more just to lock, you know. A little bit of a lower high. You know, the one thing I didn't get to do either pre-market I was supposed to do is hit dilution tracker. I'm sure there are all sorts of no bueno there on BRSH, yeah. A bunch of warrants. Registered pre-funded exercise price is sent. 2023 warrants, November 2023. 9.5 million. So I just whacked off the rest of those shares. Just based on the filing. I didn't have to be honest. They've done 74 million shares today. I probably didn't have to do that. But again, pre-market process, that's why I like to do this before. Let me hit you with this real fast so those who don't understand can see. It looks like it's holding just fine. I probably just piked it, to be honest. I didn't have to do that, but... But I'm a human, just like everybody. Most times I'm a human. I probably didn't have to do that. Again, it's a BRSH, you guys. It's not like the best macro setup to me ever. They already did a reverse split pump and then went straight to zero for some reason. Well, not for some reason, I mean. So we're just trying to get this so you can see it a little bit better. Make sure to smash the like if you're enjoying the stream, my friends. If you're getting anything from it, hopefully you are. Make sure you stay tuned till the end if you can. We're going to be doing some special stuff. Like I said. Here's BRUS. Here's BRSH. Look, just cracked lows too. Just cracked lows too. Right? That makes about sense to me. That little bounce that it did have, right? It's funny like that though, right? It's funny like that. And this is why I look at this stuff, okay? This is why I look at this stuff in the first place. It helps give me a little bit of an idea if they're just going to be dumping or what the MO is, right? When I see that last month, November 2023, they issued 9.5 million warrants. with an exercise price of a penny. They've got October 2023 warrants with an exercise price of 69 cents. I'm not even kidding you. What dicks. That's funny, okay? Those are funny. These people are funny. E.F. Hutton. I like them. I've not seen them, that underwriter. Actually, I have. Never mind. But I'll keep eyes on them. It's probably such a joke in their office when it gets to 69 and then they get to dump. I've been telling my chat that 69 cents and $69 natural levels of resistance and support these days. But here, there's actually a fundamental reason, right? So, in other words, well, 10-3, yeah. BRSH, if this gets to 69 cents today, they can exercise another 8 million, right? August 2023 warrants, 333. PP clause, this is a price protection clause, okay? So for the, just quick, because I don't want to get too stuck on this stuff right now. I want to look at some more charts really fast. But just understand that the guy that I was talking about, the reason I don't buy breakouts in small cap, not through high of day, not through multi-days, and there are some times where I get total FOMO not being a breakout buyer, guys. Right? There are some times I get total FOMO too. But the quicker that you can understand that these guys are dumping on you, this exact dynamic I was talking about, right? Shorts get squeezed, but there's always, that is who I'm talking about, okay? When we go through those filings. If this makes sense to you, please hit that like for me and let me know in chat too, right now. With the point I'm trying to illustrate, why these stocks put out PRs, but then go down. And you're like, what the hell? Damn short sellers. It's not just the short sellers. Shorts are just doing their job. You're doing the wrong things. You're supposed to sell there too, you guys. Guys and gals, you're supposed to sell there. Hit the like if it's starting to. Let me know in chat if it's starting to. Those bells are going off in your mind like, oh my gosh. All I'm here to do is change your perspective. That's my goal when I do these. Look at this. Right? Where's this guy? We know he's got the shares, 9 million or whatever. Now, 80 million volume, they can dump shares, guys. Tell me why this stock did 80 million in volume today and is just going down, 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 down. Understand? Look at this. Do you know what noobs do on this setup? Noobs do, well, when I say noobs, I was a noob, so I remember what I did. I would either trade the first minute like this, and I would be right there. Literally, okay? Or I wouldn't be trading it until likely if this candle went through this candle, I would have bought it right there, right? And then if I missed all that, then I wouldn't have bought it till probably right there. Billy, that's who we call Billy. I was Billy for so long. It's hard to win. And we're going to talk about it. Okay? After we're done with this session, we're going to do trader psychology. We're doing a trader therapy session here. Okay? It's pretty special to me. And it's with my private group that we do it every Friday, but we're going to do one publicly and maybe help some of you guys out with your psychological issues. But the first step to changing your psychological issues, okay, is to change your entries. If you're long, small cap, is to understand the macro. If you don't understand what's going on, you're just going to be driven crazy. You're just going to be like, why doesn't this work? I'm buying the breakout. They told me to buy the breakout. It's not working. I bought the breakout. I bought the breakout and I'll risk it over here. And like, doesn't work. Okay, I get it. But he told me to buy the breakout. And then they can point, you know, you can point at VVOS this year. You can point at a couple of these big old breakouts that I end up with FOMO on too. I think maybe a handful of them this year that I'm going to try to maybe do better on next year. Okay? When they set up like heavily like that. But 99.9% of the time, I'm not trading breakouts. I'm selling breakouts in small cap. I'm selling intraday breakouts. I'm selling VWAP breakouts. I'm selling high of day breaks. I'm selling. Where you buy, I sell. I put my little green buy arrows with the shorts covers near their lows after they short the gap and crap. These guys, they short, they need to cover. I find where those areas might be, that's where I buy. Okay? That's where I buy. Like, even this wasn't perfect, right? I rarely buy that early in the day, but I'm trying to coax myself to trade again, which we're going to talk about during trader therapy, and I'm doing it. I'm going to crush it. Crush. Ebbs and flows. It's not linear, right? But this is my goal. Find amazing risk reward scenarios to VWAP. Okay, 1 to 5 to VWAP, because if I'm getting 1 to 5 to VWAP, say high days above VWAP, maybe high days at 40 cents, okay? I'm getting 1 to 8 to high a day, where Billy, if that was high a day, would just be buying. Or you, if you're watching and you're Billy. Oh, your guys are on the wrong one. Sorry. Thank you, guys. I messed that up so badly. Look, this guy, short sellers, right? Short sellers, like I was mentioning, they become buyers. They have to cover. Short sellers here, okay? Totally short sellers there. They have to cover at some point. They become buyers. I just try to find those little areas to either get a bounce, okay, or get a full-blown reversal through highs and stuff. My conviction on the setup, and then the markets themselves are going to dictate that stuff for me. Generally speaking, I don't like hitting dips this early. Earlier the dip, usually the earlier I'm selling it, unless for some reason it just rips through highs and starts to, and even then that means I'm selling it, if that makes sense. If I get 1 to 5, if I'm getting 1 to 5 to VWAP and it's rocking there really fast in the morning, I usually will take it. Okay. You have to take your profit targets. The magic about getting great risk reward profiles, but also these are not, if you look at the data on gappers, all of it will say don't long. I don't think all of it, obviously, but from a big picture perspective, it says don't long. That's why everyone says it's a scam, because it is. And once you know the scam, you get to take advantage of the scam, right? Reverse split pump, y'all, right? Reverse split pump. Dump. Down to 0 now these days. Reverse split, pump, dump, down to 0 again these days. Which is cool to see, okay? Anyways. I'm just looking at this one. Getter ended up revert. Look at that reversal on Getter. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Look at that reversal on Getter. Right? Look at that. Damn. Anyone hit that one from the pack? Freaking nice. Right? Again, same sorts of ideas. These are the ideas that I'm looking for in the morning. And they ebb and flow. There are nuances to this game. Okay? But another one of these ideas where, you know, working off good, decent, not good support levels. They're pre-market support levels, but they are levels that short see after they short and then need to cover. Does that make sense? That's the premise of what I do. I don't care about I don't care about longs. I know where you guys buy. I know where my people, long listed stock people, the worst traders, unfortunately, in small cap. I know where you buy. You buy where I used to buy when I sucked too. Who's had that thought if I could just sell here instead? If I was just shorting this whole time, or who's had that thought? Let me know in chat. So another one, okay? I'm trying to get, like I said, and the best part, okay? One of the biggest parts of this whole game is not just understanding exactly where I want to risk and cut and then getting great risk reward. In other words, I don't want every penny that I'm risking. Okay. If I'm risking a penny, I need 5 pennies on the other end of that per share. Okay. Per share. Short selling's easy, y'all. First of all, you need capital most of the time. You can short with small money too, but it's a bigger money game. Okay? Most of the time when these things are prime for shorting, they've hopefully ran and gotten extended, like CCCC, right? I can, same amount of capital, buy way more shares of CCCC at 2, right? Before it goes to 7. Then I can short with that same amount of capital once I'm trying to short it where I need to short it up at 876. Right? And then the other issue with short selling. So this is like, yeah, best risk reward was probably right up in there, right? Right? What is like red, green, green, red, and then the Ripski, okay? Yeah. Or like we've seen them halt into these levels and gap $2, okay? There's no controlling those losses. My man Temiz had a decent, I'd call it a paper cut. He's had a really good year, Alex. I like Alex a lot. But he got hit by this one. You know why? Because it's A+++. They're going to hit it. Right? Short seller's going to hit it. They're going to hit it. What's Roger doing? Why are you guys mentioning Roger? I don't want to talk about Roger. GNS. I made good money on them this year. During his pump against Naked Shorts. The Naked Shorts. The funny thing is, I don't think he's wrong either. I think there are. I think that's been a part of this whole deal. And I think the Naked Shorts are like the people who he's doing offerings with, which he knows. So full of shit, okay? What's their PR? Their PR is they had a 6K this morning. An amendment to a bridge loan agreement means nothing to me. Profitable cube, blah, blah, nothing to me. Literally. Dog fart. In my eyes. Worth as much worth about as much as a dog fart. He's got a big YouTube following, that dude. CEO. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. Likely not, though. Oh, their float's 60 now. Look, get her. So, boom. Pre-market highs, which we were talking about earlier, right? Pre-market highs. Ooh, pre-market highs for this were here. Look. Support or resistance, just pre-market resistance, pre-market levels that shorts use, right? And this is the whole premise right here, y'all. Here's the whole premise of every chart you're going to see. It's such a big deal. I really hope you guys are starting to understand it. I do this every day with my people, okay? And if you see, hopefully my goal is that you guys are not going to be able to unknow what I'm showing you today. Okay? Hopefully my goal is that you are not going to be able to unknow what it is that I'm showing you today. Okay? There's pre-market highs, right? 1 to 25. Okay? If you were using this level as well, that little bit of resistance from yesterday, 45 cents, just shy, which I would use this level as well, personally, to take some profits. 1 to 20. 1 to 20. I'm becoming the house, in other words, because I can lose that trade. Okay? I can lose that trade basically about 10 times. And when the trade hits once, it wipes away 10 losses. All else being equal. It doesn't work exactly like that always, of course. Say yes if that makes sense to you in chat right now, please. It's the whole beauty of it. The problem is, for a lot of you, you just don't understand it, that that's even a thing. Now you do, okay? That's how I look at these trades, okay? This is the trade. I have to keep it like that, okay? Right? But then macro, I always look at these for the most part, unless I have crazy conviction, like tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day, it's actually going to be back down at like 15, 16 cents or whatever, 10 cents, who knows? Unless it's going to start to multi-day and break out, then it turns into a new setup, right? But for me, it's all about trying to manage this stuff. I don't mind taking these losses near lows. Except for the last few weeks, I kind of have. It's bothered me. That's why you even saw me take BRSH. Took another loss earlier this week, really small one. I tell you what, if you guys can grasp this, and you gals can grasp this concept I'm trying to show you, just this concept alone of getting crazy multiples on your trades, you guys, in safe spots, and as safe as it kind of gets in small cap, okay? Trading big gappers, especially. This is just the way I trade daily gappers, okay? This isn't taking into account all the nuances that go into my trading every single day. How much is my risk? I'm going to start looking through the chat now and trying to kind of address your questions and stuff. We're half an hour into the trading day, okay? For those who keep asking about Wolfpack, yeah, we'll run the sale. We're running Christmas sale through Christmas, I believe. Tanner, I don't know if that's what it is. Through Christmas. Tanner can put it in the chat. All right. But we're going to run a Christmas sale. We're going to, just because a bunch of people got butthurt when the Cyber Monday sale ended. So, I think it's rwtrades.com/Christmas. Oh, to New Year's Eve. Lucky, lucky. Okay. Oh, sweet. Cool. My Lord. Okay. But this is the idea to me always. You know what I mean? If you guys can understand that you can get crazy risk reward profiles to the long side and sell to all the idiots every day. If that's your goal, I promise you're immediately removing yourself from all the unsuccessful long traders. First, right off the bat, okay? You're removing your entries from areas that are really, really psychologically jacked up. Right? Changes the game. Changes the game. The risk reward profiles you can get, this amount of small losses you can take, and then you get better. There were times where I'm not taking that many losses. There are times where I'm taking a lot of losses, right? And I have processes in place for when those things happen. So, but this is the idea. You want to see what happens to Billy, right? Look, here's the open. Look at this. Oh my goodness, even. This is great, right? This is happening right now. Okay, that's high of day. This is high of day after the market opened. High of day, right? Yep, I see the double bottom on BRSH as well. Just double bottomed. Let me just get this point across real fast. Huh. Look at Billy right there. That's that noob buy. That's that high of daybreak buy, right? High of daybreak buy. It's the worst thing you can do. It epitomizes everything I hate of an entry. It's the worst entry possible for me. Now, has this entry worked occasionally this year? Yeah, totally. Occasionally. But even if this does work, it's not going to work yet, right? It is a really tough place to trade from. Risk reward wise. That is the point of it, okay? That is the point of it. Because here's low of day. I need you to understand really fast before we move on from anything. That's low of day. This is now high of day, which is all that matters. All right? When I'm trading these things, you have to use opening range, right? I'm using what the chart's giving me. I'm using what the shorts have given me. The shorts are the ones giving this to me. If you're in harmony with them, they give this to you. Does this make sense? Man. Makes so much sense to me. So when I'm buying up here, this is how I look at the chart, guys and gals. This is what it looks like. It looks like dog crap. It's the reason you all watching right now who do that know what happens to you. This is what happens to you. You just don't understand. You just don't know it. These stocks, small cap stocks, stocks in general, set an opening range and then work between them, especially these days. High a day, low a day. If I can work within those parameters, everything's realistic to me. What does Billy see? What do you see up here? What did I see? I know exactly what I saw. This is what I saw. When you're Billy, when I was new, when I sucked at trading, when I was buying high day breaks and buying this area, it's because this is all I thought was happening in my head. Watch. Who else? Raise your damn hand. Don't be a liar if this is what charts look like to you when you trade them in these areas. Don't lie. I get it, guys. I get it. Actually, hold on. That's literally that's what I used to see when I traded, and it would be they got a rocket on here. They got to. Oh, they literally have the rocket emblem. That's so funny. In my mind, when I bought it here, this is what the chart was going to do, right? It's going straight through all that shit. So I missed the double bottom on BRSH, which I'm okay with. But maybe that was the reversal, right? The reversals have taken much longer. I've had to adjust my game. I hope this makes sense to you, what I'm trying to portray via emoji. Right? That's what you see when you buy it there. And then when it does this, you don't have a plan. My plan was cut if it goes against me. So I would just be out. It would just not work so much. I'd be like, ah. Okay. Don't know why. I would get stopped out. And then if this goes, you know, it's usually my day trade would be gone. It's just going without me, right? It's not fun at all. Especially if you're under PDT, right? These are the worst areas to trade from because, the other dynamic of this entry that y'all have to understand is that this is like prime short. This is prime in terms of price action in the mornings. When you get this right here, right? This is prime short seller territory, guys. A little tiny pop over high a day. Tiny. It broke but 1 cent. It broke but 1 cent. Right? Shorts love that. Which creates pressure. Which also creates what? Potential squeeze. Because this guy has to become a what? A buyer. Okay? Jeff asked, how much conviction do I put into pre-market open, pre-market highs, and pre-market lows? A lot. It's not even conviction I put into it, though. All right? It's not conviction. They're just levels. And I'm watching price action when we get towards those levels. Right? And I start to gauge those levels to see if I can get good risk reward in those areas. And then I watch the chart to see if it's something that should have been shorted this morning. Then I watch the volume to see if there's enough volume to say, yeah, there's definitely people playing here. Shorts are here. They've got a good reason to. Then I check the dilution. I check the filings to see, hey, where's big boy at? Okay? Where's big money? Because at the end of the day, I look at big money as two things. I look at big money as the biggest money are the dumpers and the companies themselves, you guys. All right? Period. All right? What are these guys doing? Who's dumping? Where are they dumping? All that stuff. How many millions of shares? Where is he? Where is he? Where can he dump? Or she? Okay? That's the biggest player. Player number 2 is generally these guys for me. Biggest accounts. I've been in this space a long time. I can tell you unequivocally, short sellers have, the big short sellers can take some big size. Okay? So, the point that I'm trying to illustrate with Getter, with BRSH, with all of these, with every chart that we've looked at so far, and I can tell you, I don't see too much that I want to trade right now. CCCC is doing its little thing again. It didn't hit 10 yesterday. I think it could hit 10 still, because a lot of times we get those stocks, they go to 7, they're going to go to 10. 60% of the time, actually, they go to 10, 100% of the time. Little inside joke, but also true. But the whole point is, when Billy is buying, I'm selling. He doesn't even know it. Okay? edge. To me, ultimate edge being a long cap buyer is selling to the rest of the small cap buyers. I'm sorry. The ultimate edge in being a small cap buyer and longer is selling both to the rest of the small cap buyers, the billies, selling to the shorts, okay? Flipping the script, okay? Because guess what? Guess what happens when these setups work? When I'm tuned into the markets, tuned, okay? And we get decent trades or great market environments or whatever else it may be. What you're going to see is that with the correct entries, right? I don't even know if BRSH is going to balance. We know they're dilutive. We know they have warrants and stuff. So do the shorts. They've done a crap ton of volume. 24 cents to 28 cents. They're just kind of ranging here right now. It's a pretty dismantled chart. All that good stuff. I don't like to just dip buy and dip buy and dip buy for no reason. Okay. But really the idea becomes, sorry. Okay. Anyways, in a great, not even a great market, in this market, okay? When I get reversals and they start heading back towards highs and stuff like that, when I have great conviction that we're actually going to get through pre-market highs, okay? When I have great conviction, and right now, we're going to talk about, we're almost done. We're going to get straight to trader therapy, okay? Roland, why is it so hard to get good RR with shorting? It's not. It's not hard. The problem with the RR with shorting is when you don't control it. A lot of people aren't patient too. Shorts are just like longs. There are good shorts, bad shorts. There are good shorts who have bad days and bad shorts who have good days. The shorting is easy. There's no real creativity involved. I mean, there is, of course, but it's a little bit different than the longing, right? The level set up pre-market, then you hit a lower high and a risk high a day if you're good at it, right? And if it shoots up to new highs, risk a lower high and new high a day. That's what shorts do. That is what shorts do. Period. All my friends are shorts, man. I developed my whole long style off of short sellers. Period. I long the way I do because I learned everything I know about risk reward and price action from a short seller. One of the best. The GOAT in my eyes, always. Tim Gratani. Still a fanboy, always. Will always give that dude credit for so much. He taught me where he bought, where he sold, where he shorted, and trading tickers. And then I got to speak with him and be in chat with him and stuff like that, right? I got to get inside that dude's mind. Where is that beast of a monster always? And then when I realized, where do I buy? Where's Wolfie? Oh, shit, man. I was like, oh, that's where I buy it. Oh, that's where I buy it. Oh, that's where I buy it. And then I had this not weird, but great revelation. Wait a minute. So where does he buy it then? That might be like kind of the bottom because he's so good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It led me to the other side of his trades, which is where does he buy? If I buy there, it probably bounces. He has lots of size. Okay. And where do good short sellers cover? Into weakness. Okay. These guys, good short sellers cover into weakness. And for me, the good longs, they sell into the strength, baby. That's how it is. Okay. If I love Tim G and his trading style, then why do I rip on breakouts so much? He loves multi-day breakouts. I know because I'm my own trader now. I'm my own trader. I know, I actually have studied his breakout strategy. And on those multi-day breakouts, often when they're breaking out, I'm still selling to him now. Straight up, guys. It makes me feel good. And just because I love someone doesn't mean I have to, you know, that's not how it works, you guys. When the period specifically I'm talking about where I was learning heavily from him and developed my own strategies and stuff like that, was when I was more in your guys' shoes. When I was looking for information, when I needed information, when I was stuck. It helped bring me out. But then it helped me realize, oh my goodness, I have to figure out how to get great risk reward. And then so even breakouts, for example, I still like playing breakouts, but I like to be possibly swinging into them if possible. So I like your question though. I know exactly what you mean. But I don't know, if I love Tim G so much, why am I not short selling? Right? Doesn't matter at all. It's not how life is. I can tell you, I've told you why. I can count on one hand the amount of solid breakouts this year, maybe two in small cap. That's not true, actually. The last few months, there have been some really good lower price breakouts and stuff like that, and breakouts in general. All of which you're looking at in hindsight. Go back to any of those damn breakouts outside of maybe, go back to any of them. Go back to any of them. Go back to any of them, okay? And show me the good risk reward from it, and I'll change my mind, like I said. I hate breakouts. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what anyone ever says to me ever again. It's the worst strategy in small cap. Period. End of story. Outside of like just intraday breakouts and chasing. Okay? They're super crowded. Everyone knows about them. I love selling to those breakouts, personally. So one thing about Gratani too is he is very much more data driven than I am. I am very much more discretion based, and we're working on data. I'm actually tapping him to help me with some long data. I already know some of the data behind longs in general and gappers in general. I know that in general most gappers fade, most of them. That's why shorts make money 90% of the damn year. 95% of the year, 90% of the year, right? Okay. Real quick. And then we're going to move on. Getter. Nice push, lower highs, higher lows, right? We get into this game of no edge. Sorry, for me, zero edge, right? These areas, that's why I don't care, right? This was the trade to me right there. Boom, be done. Pfft, walk away. 30 to 40 cents, 30%, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, peace out. Boom, right? Get great risk reward. Do what you need to do. Peace out. For me, maybe have some shares. By selling into levels, I like to buy patience. That's what we call it, right? Buying patience. I sell into VWAP, sell into high a day to the Billy. Buy some patience from Billy there. Then it's got a pull. Billy gets stopped. I still have my shares because my average is better Okay. I promise you guys, I promise it's not easy. Trading's never easy. It's not easy for me. I've been doing this a long time. It's the only way for small cap longs consistently on a daily basis on gappers. Okay? If you want to just trade multi-day breakouts on gappers or in small cap, you're going to have to wait a month at a time. It's like one a month. Maybe. One decent one a month and they get stuffed most of the time. Right? In my eyes. So 168 boons. Okie Trades has got nearly 20 multi-day breakouts that he's traded 92% win rate since November. Dude, that's sick. And dude, I'm not saying don't trade breakouts if they work for you. Most of you, they don't work. Right? I'm not even saying I don't trade breakouts. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I told you if they set up next year correctly, I'll take a few swings at breakouts. I tried a few breakouts this year. I know for a fact they never feel like my positional dip buys, like my great risk reward reversal trades. It's not the same animal. Right? Okay. I'm just going to check a few more tickers quickly. Anyways, I hope you understand. PXMD looks like this to me, so that's why I can't mess with it. All right. Let's go. PRSH new lows, right? For now. What are they going to do? Just dump, right? See, they've taken out everything. Everything. I liked my reaction this morning to that trade. I liked it, to be honest. I didn't really like the bot. Like, I was trying to coax myself to trade, kind of fat fingered in a little bit. Took some shares off, got to the filings, took it all off, right? It didn't feel right to me. That's discretion, mixed with process. The filings helped me not hold on to a position that would have not worked, right? Mitigate risk, in other words. Yeah. He's not buying breakouts. Get out of here, bro. Liar. Listen, I'm talking about trading the breakout. Like, it's breaking out and you're buying the breakout. I'm not talking about you're trying to say you trade breakouts like I trade breakouts then. You load for the breakout. Get out of here. I'm not trading. That's exactly how I trade them too. And it does work better that way. Okay. See, TCBP split today, it looks like. Again. Or maybe for the first time. Battle, BATL. World Corporation now it says acquisition. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of tame this morning, y'all. More tame than it's been in a while. Big crackola. Ah. Just seeing if there are any ideas left for me today to sprinkle at. I don't see much. Parkgrass, do I ever short? Um, Not for a long time, but I am shorting starting in 2024. My whole thing is I've been squeezed. I've been squeezed before, like any short. I I got a lot of kids and stuff. I can't afford to like just lose all my money on one trade. So I'm opening a small short selling account next year. We're gonna start with 30 G's, and that's gonna be my max loss. Obviously, on that account is gonna be the 30K. So that's gonna be my short selling ammo. Um, and we're gonna work it. Why? Because I've settled into only a few strategies to the long side right now for the current time being for the long side. And honestly, it only brings maybe one or two opportunities a day for me right now. There are, I mean, if we get sector momentum, I mean, any week it could change to where I have like 5 or 6 different small cap strats popping at once that I need to be, or, you know, scenarios that I need to be trying to take advantage of. But I think it's stupid for me to ignore what I already know and not also take advantage of my discipline. And just my whole goal is not to turn into this monster, because when I short, this is why I don't. I mention it all the time. I literally become this guy. I go from like cunning, like get great risk reward little wolf guy, like just nibbling off the frickin' you know, this guy's like scraps whatever these guys, and like the short, you know, that's what I do. Okay, I'm just trying to hit lows and then take profits where people don't see them, like get easy meals, 1 to 5, 1 to 10. I don't even got to hunt, you know, like so many things. Just be patient. And when I short, I turn into this kind of monster. So it's something that I have to work on. I know, where I'm just like, this is a piece of shit. But that was years ago, right? That was years ago. I know a lot more about a lot more now, about how to even control my risk to the long side better. So I have no doubt I'll still get squeezed at times. It's inevitable. It is inevitable. That is the problem. One of the things I love about dip buying is it's just very rare that these things just go to zero or some crap, or just halt down $1 a share. You know what I'm saying? When you're short selling, and the best setups are also oftentimes the most dangerous. where although I would like a certain amount of risk, maybe you're not able to have that because it's going to rip too much. Okay. Am I trading paper short at the moment? No. The only thing I'm paper trading right now are options. The only thing I'm paper trading right now, because I'm trying to learn them better, are options. I don't even want to put real money at it yet. I'm just dicking around with options. No, I'm going to do 30. I'm willing to lose 30 as a short seller next year. That'll be the total. I've been messing with all sorts of option stuff. Zero DTEs, a couple other ideas. Those things are wild. I can't believe anyone teaches how to do that. How do you have students? I paper trade those, and it's gone. And it's gone. I get it. Like, a couple of them for me, like, you know, because I'll kind of mess with them sometimes. I don't really know. It's usually when I'm bored, by the way, when I have no place to play, and I'm trying to learn other things right now. So it's just a funny process. Some of them that have hit for paper, they run and it's gone. You know, it's just it's crazy. I don't believe anyone makes money doing that shit long term. It's like the most casino I've ever felt ever. I could see how you could mitigate the risk and stuff like that, but ain't for me. I'm still working on it. Like anything. I don't like, so to me, zero DTEs are more like blackjack, you know, like, in other words, the entire position's your risk. That's what I've learned so far. That's the main lesson so far for me, is that I'm risking basically however many, whatever my position size is dollar-wise, is the risk on the trade. All of it. Because that decay, correct. Just goes to zero. So you're always battling that. I know I've got students who trade them too, and there are ways, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Okay, we are... I agree, Annabelle. I agree. Totes. I just know, personally, that 2022 scared me a little bit because all the penny stocks went away earlier in the year, but then it was just rough trading, right? At least in small cap. I know it was kind of the entirety of the markets, but especially small cap was just so difficult, and it made me realize it would be great if something, I don't know, if something happens, you know, fundamentally, or I don't know, small cap, everything's cyclical, first of all, okay? Small cap's not immune to that. It's very much not. It's cyclical, like day to day sometimes. I think it's my job as a trader to be able to make money wherever I need to make money, wherever there's volatility, while having my specialized niche. But I know that the set of skills that I've developed that have made me successful here will translate across everything else, including short selling. Same thing. I'm just going to treat it like I do. I am not going to be this guy. I will also be this guy, just at highs, and I'll be covering into lows and covering into lows, and the opposite, right? So that's my goal, is to stay the wolf, not become a monster, not be Billy, stay within the realms of what I'm supposed to do, get great risk reward near highs, cut if that doesn't work, get great risk reward when I'm trying to find lows, cut if that doesn't work, right? Oh, I remember ICCT. I saw it hit my scan a few seconds ago. Low volume. Some volumes come in. I don't see a PR at all. November 20th was their last PR. They had a split pump, right? Reverse split pump. 1 to 20. Huge old fade. Kind of a perk. But again, process for me dictates that when it's recently spiked really, really big like that, just kind of be careful, right? Temper my expectations. It has been 5 months or so. It's not the worst. Third quarter revenue, November 20th. Yeah, just nothing really. No cares for me. Look at BRSH just fading, right? Happy with what I did there, you know. Could have just taken it quicker, I suppose, but the biggest user error for me was not checking filings prior to entering the trade. I like to really, really make it a habit to check filings prior to the trade. All right. A few more peaks, and then we're going to move on to something really quick right now. Really quick. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. What I consider later on moving to big caps. I don't really plan on day trading big caps. Okay? I don't really plan on day trading big caps personally. I plan on possibly becoming more of an investor or swing trader in terms of the big caps. You know, like markets like we've had the last couple months have had some obviously fantastic just opportunities to buy stocks and hold them. You know what I mean? Is that a man cave you're in? Nah, it's my office here in Texas for one more week, and then you'll see a different background pretty soon on YouTube and for my students because we'll be moving. Yeah, I've been watching VRCA. They have development and commercialization partner announces positive top line results from a confirmatory phase 3 trial. Yeah, I've seen that. I was watching it. It's the only catalyst that has mattered really recently is phase news, right? Oh, crap. Crap. That's sick. Phase news. Damn. Yeah, it's kind of my mistake. I looked at it maybe 15 minutes ago or something like that, and I looked at this PR and I just didn't click it, and I should have, because then I would have seen this positive top line results from a confirmatory phase 3 trial. Had I seen that earlier, all I saw when I clicked the PR was Verica Pharmaceuticals development and commercialization partner, Torii Pharmaceutical Co. I didn't see the announcement on top line data. That would have changed my eyes 1,000,000,000%. It would have changed my eyes. So that sucks. Who knows what I do with this now? Jack all. Nothing. Right? And I've settled into this so hard. You have no clue. It's so basic. Morning spikes, I only like to buy it if it pulls back towards lows, right? Period. If it's a morning spike, I need it to pull towards lows. Don't believe me? Keep watching the charts. You'll see where stocks hold, where support is, you know? Even if you're watching this right now and you're doubting me or what I'm saying or anything, that's perfectly fine. I don't really care. I'm here to help those who, hopefully this will resonate. Some of you, this doesn't resonate with you. That's fine, you know? But some of you, it's resonating super hard, hopefully. There's Billy. Billy's getting paid there. Nice one, Billy. But then there's also this Billy down here, right? Who was getting paid. And then Billy's here too. Billy. Supposed to sell to those Billies, okay? Supposed to be literally selling here. That's my job. And that's why you don't see, I look at this with zero FOMO of making moves now. And only regret that I hadn't had eyes on it earlier. Pre-market. That was on my screen pre-market, it would have been. So. Beacon, I don't know what that's all about. I do not chase. 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 Do I chase? Those who are with me every day? And chasing to me is way different than what it looks like to you even, you know? It's a way tighter definition. The definition of chasing to me. The definition of chasing is anything that brings me out of my 1 to 5 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 10 risk reward to my first price target. That is the definition of chasing. Please smash that like if you've never thought of it that way. It is the definition of chasing to me. Well, what's a chase? Well, what was your risk reward? You get 1 to 5 if it's trading at $2, right? Maybe 1 to 5 to VWAP or something, 10 cents from $2 and 50 cents upside, right? But now you're chasing it another 10 cents or 20 cents higher. That's chasing. Okay? To me. In other words, I'm going to dictate exactly what chasing is to me right now. Because on this setup, had I been looking at it pre-market, you could even make a case for that as being some sort of kind of level there for sure this morning. Whole dollar mark too, $5. Whole $half marks as always. Natural resistance. Oh gosh, see? It's okay. It's okay. Watch this. If you guys, I promise, if you can do this into 2024, you're going to flip the script finally for yourselves. Finally, okay? There's VWAP up here, right? Say we're playing this second entry, okay? Targets are then VWAP. I have to get 1 to 3 minimum, I'll say, normally. I like to get 1 to 3 minimum, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6 better to price target 1, which is VWAP here. Does everyone see that? Let me know in chat. Please let me know if this makes sense to you. Do you see this? This would be if I bought it at 415 risking lows, okay, on this pullback, plenty of time. You had 5, 6, 7 minutes in which to get a $4.15 entry risking low of day. It was consolidating there too, okay, at a key level, $4. Then I could get to, by entering at 413. Sorry, hold on. Yeah. By entering like 412, 410 even. Nailing entry. I can get 1 to 4, 1 to 5 to VWAP, y'all. Not even a high a day. So I'm get from here, we can 410 entry, we can get 1 to 4.5 to VWAP. We can get 1 to 8 to high of day. We can get 1 to 15 to pre-market highs. And then this, when it gets to pre-market highs and I have shares left, because what I do is I sell here, I sell here, I sell here. When I have huge conviction in a setup, hopefully I have some shares left for this. The more conviction I have, the less I sell here, the less I sell here. It's that simple. Okay. Sizing out's the name of the game to me. I have multiple price targets. I size out into them. I buy patience here for the here. I buy patience here to maybe get to here. That's it. Mitigate risk, lock in gains, continue my progress forward as a trader. Okay. Trading the worst stocks on the planet in terms of they're bad, right? Which I've already earlier in this thing tried to describe to you. How do I make sure I stop out quick enough if it goes against you? Great question. Very first thing I do when I buy reversals, anything, depending on liquidity and my size, is open a stop, not a stop, a sell market order for my entire position most of the time. First thing I do, I enter, then I click sell, entire position, market. And then I have my market order there, and you can do it. I could have hotkeys and stuff, but I'd rather manually control this because I've screwed up with hotkeys a lot in the past. I click sell, market order, and then I have my order window open and I sit just with my finger like that on the mouse, ready to cut in case my thesis is wrong. Boom, I'm out. No excuses. Maintain the risk. In order for this to work over the next 1,000, in order for me to be able to lose 10 in a row and then, which I don't like to, but in order for me to be able to lose 10 in a row and still make money at the end of the month by winning my 11th trade, okay, I have to maintain risk. I have to be disciplined. I know it's about the next 1,000 trades. Just keeping this risk nice and tight for the next 1,000 trades. I'll get this upside. So much room for error here, you guys. There's no room for error buying here. Zero. We talk about it all the time. There's zero room for error. You got to buy it here and sell it real quick most of the time. If you're wrong, okay, if you're wrong up here, short step in right here, right? Shorts are definitely already there because what they do is new high a day, lower high. Look at this. I love this. We do this every day and it doesn't get old to me because the charts don't lie and they keep telling my story, not what everyone else's, this breakout stuff through highs and all the high breaks and buy the strength. That's not the story that's told every single day. Okay. This is what a short seller sees up here, y'all. Boom. Great risk reward. 1 to 10. 1 to 10 back to lows. Back to the LODs today. Okay. 1 to 10 to LODs. But from here, from there even, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 to VWAP. Does this make sense? Please smash that like if it's making sense to you guys for the first time in your career. It's so important, this stuff, man. So important. I love it. Look at this. If they can get to those lows. Does that make sense, you guys? So in the minds of short sellers, you know, they can hit this 595, whatever. And some of them are hitting it like this, right? But you're going to have short pressure also become buyers at some point. All right. I already answered that. Exactly what I do after I open a position. Just answered it. Several of you, I've just answered that. Yes. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to. In 2024, I've got a new editing team. One of my big things about not being on YouTube over the years was just you know, it's all so edited and stuff. Everything's so crazy on YouTube now, you know? So that's why I've been doing lives all year. I'm like, screw it. You know what? Woo! You know? Ooh-wee! This guy's like getting hard right now. Billy. Oh no. And now this Billy who bought this one's like, oh no, if he didn't sell, because when it broke pre-market highs, there's no way Billy's selling there. It's gonna rip. Rip. Anyways, I'm not the biggest fan of the YouTube trading community. I hate to say it. There's some really great stuff though, right? And I just want to contribute to that. And whatever, it is what it is. YouTube's an awesome community, you know? I get so much from YouTube. I've learned so much over the years that I just want to be part of it, you know? So next year, just make sure you're subscribed. We're dropping so much heat on this channel. And if y'all need some jump cuts, I'll give you jump cuts. I'm down to adapt, okay? As a creator as well. SPY new highs. Q's new highs. Let's check something quick. All right. Okay. Anyways, I hope this risk reward idea on the worst stocks on the planet makes sense to you. And the way the price action works and the chart psychology and the pattern psychology is always shifting. And as the shorts have to shift and adapt, the patterns change. And as the markets cycle, the patterns change and the setups change. And it's setups within setups. But at the end of the day, these ideas that I'm showing you guys in all these webinars on gappers are the same entry ideas that cut across any strategy that I use for the most part, outside of some ideas. But ideal trades, this is what they look like to me. Okay? Let's move on. Y'all ready for something a little bit more unique? Who in this room struggles with their trading psychology? Let me know in chat. Who in the stream struggles with that on a daily basis? I feel like taking crazy pills sometimes because we come to the markets and they beat us up, you know? Personal life issues happen. None of us are immune to them. Anyone who doesn't say me right now is an absolute complete liar, because I'm going through shit right now that we're about to work out. I'm about to show you how I work through my psychological issues if you smash the like and subscribe. I need like 10 more likes and then we'll start that. That's it. Maybe 20. Sweet. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm actually currently struggling with that right now, David. You know, currently struggling, and we're gonna talk about that. So there's two. So I have two ideas to this for you guys, okay? And then we're gonna actually start some trader therapy. And I'm gonna talk about it. We're just gonna cut right into it right now. All right. If we have to cut back to some charts or whatever, we'll do it. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. I just want to make sure there are no trades I'm supposed to be taking. VRCA is holding up D's. And again, look, and this is that chart psychology stuff, pattern. And this is why I actually put these emojis on charts when I'm by myself now. Because it actually will remind me, oh yeah, you know, that I was watching that price action and it probably was heavily shorted there and whatever else. And that being said, there's no trade left for me here anyways. Okay. Edge is so fleeting. Edge is so fleeting in small cap, y'all. Okay. It's so fleeting. A big part of it is this discipline to me. Okay. Is the discipline that I'm not being Billy. If I'm being Billy, I'm not being the wolf anymore. If I'm not selling to Billy, I'm not being the wolf. You know what I mean? I love it. I love being the contrarian. I love that I'm in harmony with my friends, the short sellers, these monsters. I love that I'm in harmony with the macro. You know what I mean? And sometimes I miss out on crazy ass trades and I don't care. All right? Even if I care, I don't care. I tell myself I don't care. Right? Like VVOS. I'm like watching it break out in my head. I hate breakouts, right? On something like VVOS. And I'm not talking about a breakout. I'm talking about, listen, guys, when I'm talking about like breakouts, multi-day breakouts, it's not my least favorite thing ever in terms of breakouts. A nice multi-week, multi-day breakout, okay? And then it needs to do certain things that day too. I would just rather, I like to try to anticipate that breakout's coming in case it doesn't work and get cushion. Okay? VVOS though, I mean, let's go to the 5. We could probably get there. Yeah. Sorry. This is the breakout I was talking about that I was watching. Right? Where they just halted into the... That's the one I was talking about. Where I was watching it. I hate intraday breakouts. I hate them. But there have been a couple this year. And then the funniest part is I look at it again. Okay. Even this one too, I was looking at in the morning, which is still sketch to me because I look at it like I always look at these charts when I'm looking at them, which is gap and crap reversal or whatever it is. Try to get the reversal, selling a high a day, selling the pre-market highs, right? So I might have been all out in the highs anyways in the morning. I mean, it was up from $4, right? And I just have not made my career by buying intraday breakouts at $20 on stocks that are up from 4 on the day, you know? But that's all I'm saying, okay? So I'm not saying, like, in terms of breakouts, I don't hate them. Multi-day breakouts, for example, but I'd rather sell to them. Intraday breakouts, very few and far between. Do I want to? And next year, I might, you know, my goal for next year, if we get the same kind of action as this year, is to take better advantage. Okay? Yeah, hell yeah, that is. And sit there, you know, with such downside like that, which is why it squeezed. You know, that's exactly why it squeezed. That's exactly why it squeezed. It only did that because of this. Not done. Right? Does that make sense? When you see that, that's what happened before that. A bunch of shorts being idiots together. And manipulate whatever they do, you know. There's a ton of stuff going on, but long shorts and so on and so forth. So now we're going to switch it up. We're going to get, let's see. So for this, In terms of if you're one of my wolves who wants to come up on Trader Therapy today, okay, you can go to Wolf's stage right now. Go to my stage. Boom. If you're a pack member and you're in Discord, you can join my stage. Or don't join the stage. Only if you want to get up and do Trader Therapy with me today. If you need some therapy with Wolf, okay? Hey, Tanner, you got control of this big guy? It's a pretty big deal what we're about to do, at least for me. It fixed my trading at the end of 2022 when I was just kind of downtrodden and depressed and not and in a rut. For those who got to go and kept asking, yeah, we're running the sale still. rwtrades.com/Christmas, or just scan that QR code. I think it's up to 40. It's like our biggest sale, up to 40% off. For pack. We do live webinars every day. I do a webinar like this every single day. Power hour prep most days, either via voice or full-blown webinar. So I'm running up to 1 or 2 webinars a day these days for my students, and just all I do is teach all day. That's my life's been pretty consumed. I do one-on-ones throughout midday, then I do power hour prep, then I trade. So I just trade, teach all day. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to start Trader Therapy, y'all. What is Trader Therapy? It's an idea I had a long time ago, okay? A long time ago. I thought, there should be like a hotline you could call and like... I just know that I need it like all the time, right? I need someone to talk to about this shit. It's not easy, man. And the things we go through as traders, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, especially on your journey along the way, every milestone in my trading journey has been met by a new challenge, okay? A brand new challenge, every single milestone. That has then had to be overcome. Okay. And that has not stopped to this day. Right now, for the last 2 weeks, I've been dealing with both sickness, my dad's health failing still, as he's in hospice now, and so much else. Okay. Sorry. But it's really hard to get over psychological issues if you don't talk about them. That's a universal thing, Traders are no different. We're no different. We're not immune to these things. It may seem kind of silly. Okay, it may seem kind of silly at first, but I promise you, it's anything but. Okay. When you experience it for yourself, just kind of like talking about these things for the first time, to a group of people in particular, it can be game changing. It's like something lifted off your shoulders, or you just realize you're not alone. Other people are dealing with it and get input on what other people are doing. Okay. So that's what it is. Trader Therapy for me is not, it's not about charts. Okay. It's not about the patterns. It's not about like, oh, I lost this and this and this and this. Okay. Or I don't know what pattern, or what's the strategy, or how, like that stuff, which everyone's so concerned about. And this is before we really get into the Trader Therapy. There is no good trading psychology buying highs all the time and buying strength all the time, like we've talked about. Okay. So before you work on your trading psychology, and you can do this together, you can work on this together with your trading psychology, okay? New highs, boom. Nice little dip, VWAP hold, right? VWAP hold's not a strategy I play personally. It's too hit or miss. 99% of my buys are under VWAP, not over VWAP. VWAP's a target. You guys know this, okay? VWAP's a target for me. If it can't be a target, I'm likely buying something that's really strong. Too strong. Right, my friends? Yeah, if you got to go, no problem. We all got our lives. Well, this is going to be up on YouTube, all right? So you can come back. Timestamp, we'll timestamp for you. Like 10 a.m. we're starting Trader Therapy, right? 11 a.m. Thanks for joining, my friends. Sweet. So even this initial break right here, there's no good trading psychology there. There's not. Do you know why? Because you've got, even this one, the trading psychology is not good there, even though it held. You also had to sit through some crack, right? And undoubtedly short step in here too, and then they got to cover. There's this whole game that creates the action that we're seeing. But shorts, they become buyers. We always have to remember that. They become buyers. They're like, shit. They buy here. They're like, shit. You know, if this guy shorted, that's him. Okay. Does that make sense? Billy usually is crying when it goes down, right? This is all the emotion that goes on up there in those charts that I get to avoid by just being a wolf down low. I sell into all of that emotional parts of the chart. If that makes sense, right? Okay. Okay, so how this is going to work, I'll start off. I think we're doing 5-minute increments today, Tanner. Basically, I'll start off. It's a psychological discussion, all right? We're trying to get down to like root causes as to what is holding us back the most these days. Sometimes it can get as deep as like childhood stuff. It's kind of crazy. But it's not about patterns. It's not about strategies and why this didn't work or that didn't work. If you're one of my wolves in the pack, and you want to get on stage with me, jump into the Trader Therapy live in Discord, okay? Jump into this TT live in Discord. 1 second, hold on. Which I'm getting uploaded here in a second. Did that already pop? Sweet. That's weird. I'm letting y'all into this is like our secret juice right here, by the way. Please smash a like if you want to watch. It may sound kind of silly, Trader Therapy, but I promise you it is one of the sole reasons that my 2023 has been what it has been. Okay. We're going to rip through this quick. So how this is going to work, I'll start off just a few minutes, talk about what's going on, what I'm struggling with, the ideas that I have. If y'all have any input for me, I do this for your input. I learn from my students too. You know, my students know me pretty well. I'm with them every single day. So that's the whole point behind this. It's not I don't know everything. All right. I've never felt that way. The more I have felt that way in the past, the worse my trading has always ended up getting inevitably. So I get just as much from my students, honestly, when I teach, as I try to give, right? So in other words, I don't think I know everything and you guys don't know anything. I think I don't fucking know anything. That's the attitude I try to take every single day into the markets. I try to be confident in my abilities, right? But the last thing that I want to do is be overconfident and think I got this. You never got this. Things can change any minute, okay? For the good or the bad. For me, what's been going down? It's been November was the most accurate trading of my career. It was the most accurate trading of my career it wasn't the most money I've ever made, but it was one of the most accurate, like 90-something%, $2,000 in losses and 50-something or 60-something in gains. And it created this very interesting psychological issue that you saw me even do this morning right now, dealing with, which is this weird, I got this weird like glitch when it came down to trade that I started thinking about, like, if this is going to mess with my percentage gain, my percentage accuracy, which I don't give a shit about at all. If you guys understand anything about my trading style, it's built upon being wrong a lot and being able to be wrong a lot. It's all built upon that. Okay. So it was just a really weird, not really weird. It's awesome, right? It's a great thing. But as opposed to taking that and pushing really, really hard, which I was supposed to do the last few weeks, y'all. Granted, dying dad and health issues, whatever else, excuses, just excuses, little excuses. It's felt crappy to me. Okay. A fear of pulling the trigger based on how well I traded in November. That doesn't make any sense. This is how baffling it is, guys. This is why we do trader therapy in the first place, because I get baffled. All these people on social and all these traders act like their shit don't stink and they're just like these psychological pillars of strength are lying in my eyes. They're fucking lying. No way. There's no good trader I know who's just Zen master all the time. We get messed up. I get messed up all the time. And then every single Friday, I get together with my students like this and work on it. Work on these issues. The reason that that trade this morning I took, even though it wasn't the greatest, because right now I know what the answer so in other words, the same fix that and this is important, the same fix that I'm going to use right now to keep trading, okay? The same fix that I'm going to use right now to not care. I don't care about being right. I don't care. That's the first thing I had to remind myself of. It doesn't matter at all. And if I'm not making money just because I don't want to be wrong, that's the biggest, worst excuse to not trade at all ever. Okay? That's what I've been struggling with for the last few weeks. The answer's so simple. Press buttons. Trust yourself. I'm trading near lows anyways. I find my areas of good risk and decent reward for myself over and over and over again, and they keep manifesting on my charts after I do my little write-ups in the morning. What about LX21? He seems pretty robo. I guarantee you that dude's got it. I guarantee he's a human. I've seen him. I've met him. I've met him. He's a human. Humans have emotions. I guarantee you he would tell you the same thing. Now, there's emotions, and then there's what you act upon. Now there's the emotions, and then there's whether or not you're acting upon those emotions and what those emotions make you do and when and why. Sometimes I need to listen to that scared ass voice, okay, in my gut. Sometimes I need to listen to that really aggressive voice in my gut. The discretion, okay? So it's something that you work on, everyone. It's something that you work on. And then there's always, for me at least, I'm just speaking for myself, there's always another psychological hurdle at some point, right? That's the biggest thing for me. So the only answer to this conundrum for me is size down and press buttons. That's my mantra. Anytime I have a psychological issue, I try what I've done over the years. It's worked so well is create a mantra that will remind me, because the problem with the psychology is that it's subconscious usually. We're not thinking, like we're thinking about them, but we're not necessarily driving. Okay? We're not controlling the wheel there. These thoughts that come in, oh, it's my last PDT trade when you're supposed to be cutting losses on a stock that's up 300% or something like that, and you're supposed to be cutting losses, but it's your last PDT trade. Those are the thoughts that are irrelevant, should be irrelevant, but that will really, really, really mess you up. Okay? Kind of mantras throughout the years. The one I'm using right now, size down, press buttons, trust yourself. I need to just trust myself. Okay? There's no room for perfectionism, P&L wise, as a trader. Like I have to put risk on. It's my job. If I'm not putting on risk, I'm not making money. If I'm not losing money, I'm not making money. If I'm not losing money, I'm not making money. If I'm not losing money, I'm not making money. Does that make sense? So that's me. Okay. That's what trader therapy is. Anyone have any suggestions for me? Anyone have any suggestions for me? Either in the chat here. Nope. They'll be able to hear. Everyone will be able to hear on YouTube too. All right. Who wants to come chat? Let's do it. We're going to open it up now. Hold on. Let me see. Make sure there was no... The people that get up in here. Oh, got you. No, that's fine. Just have them get up in there. They should have the YouTube open as well if you want to. So you can hear my advice as well. Right? Oh, I have to speak on stage. I got you. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. What's up, Neil?
Hey, Roland.
How's it going, man? What's going on?
All good, man. Sorry, I just had to kill you on the other on my phone because my YouTube wasn't working on the PC. I don't know if there's a bit of a delay. Can you hear me all right? Oh, good. I do have a camera, but where is that button? There we go. Let me see. There you go. Hope your hope your screen hasn't broken. All good, man. All good, all good. Thanks for inviting me in. I'm not sure what to expect, but it's a pleasure to meet you, and yeah, I appreciate being here. Hope I can add some value today.
So what is going on, my friend? We're gonna get. It's only. We're by the way, everyone. We're gonna do 5 minutes each. We're gonna try to always limit it to 5 minutes, just so we can get more people in. If anyone in chat, if anyone's going through the same thing, if you have words of encouragement or advice for any of our guest speakers, let us know. Right? That's the whole point of this community to me, and the whole point of everything that we're doing is to support each other. All right. I mean, all of us are going through same things. Some of us are further along in our journey and have gone through it. And I've always felt like the more you get confirmation that there's a bunch of people also who have gone through something and gotten to the other side of it, it should give you hope and encouragement and some sort of idea as to how to get beyond your own problems. So that's where we're at. Go ahead. Let me know what's going on, buddy.
Kind of asked me to just share a little bit of my story, so I'm happy to do that. But yeah, look, I've had a pretty interesting life. It's been up and down. I've had tremendous successes in my life, some amazing things that I've accomplished and achieved, and also had some incredibly difficult and hard things to get through. I'll mention a few. I don't know how much I should share over here or not, but hopefully then I'll tie them back into where I am currently in my journey. So basically, I mean, I always struggled with my father, with my relationship with my father. You know, it was very difficult. There was a lot of beatings and unreasonably so, etc. And it kind of accumulated when he couldn't handle the divorce from my mom and ended up wanting to take her out. So I realized this was happening, and I jumped up to defend her and fought with him a bit, and eventually he couldn't get me out of his way. So the only way he could do that was by shooting me, which is what he ended up doing. And yeah, it was traumatic. It hit me in the stomach. It went through my stomach, my liver, my pancreas, my vena cava, my spine. Paralyzed for a while. My heart stopped during the operation. So yeah, I was 18 years old at that point. It was really tough. And yeah, from there, my life kind of spiraled down into drugs. It spiraled into alcohol and a lot of that. And I just I always had strength in me to pull through. I always knew I've had a very good heart, and I managed to pull through those things. But even after rehab, alcohol still tormented me. And I mean, the things that it did in my life are just ridiculous. I mean, I've broken like 17 bones. I've had 26 car accidents. I've been in jail. I've been in hospitals. There's lawyers. It's just, I mean, the list of damage is it's insane. You can't actually believe just how much has happened over there. Yeah, and look, I eventually got through that, and I've stopped. I've stopped drinking. I've stopped smoking. No, before that happened, I think one of the things that helped me stop was I was really drunk one night and I fell downstairs. I cracked my skull. I hit my skull on the back of the tiles at the bottom of the stairs. And then I got brain damage on my frontal lobe from when it ricocheted and my brain inside hit my forehead. And I couldn't speak. No, it was funny, but you joke because I've done very well in this time in my IT career, and I'm well known in several different countries. Microsoft has asked me, pulled me in to fix problems in other countries, etc. I've done very well, and so I was offered this job by IBM, and I took the job. And the night before, or the Friday night, I had this accident, and I was supposed to start on the Monday, and I was brain damaged. And my boss, my new boss, says to me, "Okay, so we hired a Ferrari, but we actually got a Volkswagen." Yeah. No,
So I guess first of all, we got some stuff to talk about, but let's cut to to maximize your time right now. Let's cut to what this has done to your trading.
So, look, I first traded a little bit in 2003. I blew up my first account there, S&P futures, and then I put it on hold for 20 years, and I've now picked it up now just a few months ago, actually. So I'm very new to this, but the story behind it is that, I'm at the point in my life where I've overcome all these things, and I don't take failure. I don't think anybody takes failure well, and myself too. And I'm putting so much pressure on myself to make a success of this because honestly, I see this as my way forward. I see it as the only way forward. And it's like I've got this one shot at doing it. So I'm giving it my everything. And well, so far it's just been a bloodbath completely. This is what led me to try out different rooms. And I've joined your room. I see a very a massive difference in the way of thinking, and it aligns with the way I've always thought how it should be as well. And I see how I've drawn trend lines over the years and things like that, and it matches. So I know I'm in the right place over here, but there's this massive pressure, and I can tell you that I've been through a lot in my life, as you've heard, just some of the things over there. And when I do these trades and they go against me, which is 9 times out of 10, it's devastating. It really is. Despite what I've been through in my life, not making it as a trader or the possibility that I'm not going to succeed, I can't tell you. It's crushing. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make a success of this. And obviously, following what you're saying, sizing down, this is one of the things I've done. I've taken $1,000 loss and another $1,000 loss. And so I've sized down. So now I'm taking 10, 20, $30 losses, which is great. That's fine. It doesn't hurt me. But I'm still not seeing the light because even though I'm trading better and I'm doing kind of wolf-like entries, it's just at some point I'm gonna have to size up, and each time I do, I just get crushed. I just get crushed. And yeah, then if I add all the trauma from my life into this, if this, I don't want to see this as another thing that has just crucified me.
First of all, thanks for your honesty, man.
You're welcome.
Recently I've been in this game a long time and kind of in the public spotlight from a long time, but only until this year have people realized my backstory, right? Everyone's like, oh, he played professional soccer and then he's like this awesome trader. That's the story everyone sees, which is like professional soccer player to trader. But it was really barely a professional soccer player. All right. I didn't get to reach the peaks that I wanted to reach, to getting injured, to being a drug addict for a long time, dude. Well, alcoholism, exactly what it is. And hard drug addiction. I got addicted to opiates after my injury. They're the same beast, but the cool thing, it's the worst part about opiates, but the good thing is also it's a very fast, for me, it was a very steep fall, really fast to the bottom. My brother died in 2019 from a fentanyl overdose.
Sorry, man.
Just, I would be in my suit from my 9 to 5 in a trap house, stepping over tweakers with needles in their arms to go get some heroin, or whatever I needed to feel good that day.
My friends from heroin.
Dude, I get you. I couldn't even, I had the best, he's still alive. But those who know my dad's story, he was dead. He died on Father's Day in June for 40 minutes. And by the grace of God and an absolute miracle, he came back to life. My mom, they told us to go prepare our goodbyes because they got a heartbeat, but he was a vegetable pretty much because he's 83 and he was gone for so long. And yeah, so I don't know. It's just I couldn't imagine, being in that position, That being said, what it sounds like to me is that you have made your mark in the world regardless, man. Seriously, like you've done your thing, you've had your struggles. Totally, I get that, man. that's the substance stuff is hard. I don't know how you feel about it, but when I came out the other end of it, I came out the other end of a better person, you know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Look,
You
I mean,
know,
there's maybe there's one or two things I'd like to take back in my life, but everything that I've been through has made me who I am, and I can tell you, I'm an amazing father. My kids love me. I've got three incredible boys. I've got an amazing wife. I'm still in a very good job. I'm earning well, but you know, there's just still this fight. There's this fight against this flipping rat race, and yeah, it's just honestly, I'm really at the point where even though I've done well and I've overcome things that most people need 10 lifetimes to get through, I need to make this work. I need to make this work because you know I'm honestly at the point where I just want to tap out. I won't. I've got my kids, but you know I need to.
so first of all, you've been back in the game what, a few months, okay? Perspective is so important. We really can't put that kind of pressure on ourselves, all right? I can tell, like to put pressure on yourself, and I can tell that probably in 99% of other scenarios, it probably serves you really well, right? To have that kind of like drive and pressure. I guarantee you that's just your MO, and that's probably what made you successful in all other walks of your life and makes you successful as a father, all right? So for me, the biggest deal for me, for someone like you, is first of all to let go a little bit. We got to understand that there is some patience involved, a lot of patience that's involved here. My whole MO is obviously not the whole like it takes 4 years. For some people it does. But my MO is like if you're doing the right things, right? And if we're getting this great risk reward scenarios and we just keep doing that, you will get better at it. Someone like you will get better at this. You're already, the fact of what you're doing and trying to be the wolf, as long, I can tell. I don't know. I've never seen you or met you or heard from you. You're newer to me. I've seen you in the chat, I believe, but I've never got to see you by, you know, your face. Patience with yourself. Let that desire continue, but the negative connotations behind it for me are the troubling ones. You know, those are the ones that will end up giving you these weird kinks in your discipline and in your ability to execute what you want to execute from your mind when you need to cut losses, especially, at least for me. You know, those kind of thoughts are of having to make it, I have to do, you know, that sort of idea. I don't mind it, but it can't like be at the wheel. You know what I mean? It can't be like an all negative connotation all the time. It's got to be the perspective of like, let's make this math, my entries, my exits, my risk reward. If we can control that for the next 1,000 trades, there's power there. You know what I mean? Kind of the macro vision of what you're trying to do in this game, right? Coming from that. And then most importantly, definitely we cannot link our trading results to ourselves as people. Right? It's really tough, and it happens to me. There's some days that I may take a dumb loss or something and I'm not the happiest, you know? But I've gotten really good at detaching from that, understanding I am not my P&L. It's going to take a little while. Give yourself a little bit of time. Use that passion, all right? Use the passion positively, in other words. Understand that each loss is very important. Each loss is what brings me to my next win, right? And then maybe another win and another win, but then loss has to come. So in other words, your job right now is to figure out how to keep losing really small in the right places. If you all are losing small in the right places, first of all, the trading psychology is easier there in those places. But you will just start to realize the other end of those small losses at some point, which I'm sure you already have kind of seen. So we do need to move forward. Any more thoughts? Does anyone have any thoughts? Anyone have any thoughts for Neil? Anything you want to say, Neil?
I'm just really grateful to be here. Honestly, like I say, I suss people out. I look for heart in people, and there's heart in this room, man. There's proper heart in this room.
I know,
So
dude.
yeah, I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you.
I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate you getting up and sharing your story, and you're not alone, man. You're not alone. If you go back to maybe the second or third trader therapy, you'll see another one. I mean, you almost brought me to tears just putting myself in your position. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine 18 having to do something like that. And then having that I mean, that's wild, bro. And it sounds like you've done an amazing job for yourself through everything, you know?
Yeah, I live with the pain every day.
Yep.
I live on freaking painkillers every day, but I pushed through and I started karate a few years ago. I'm actually on my brown belt now. So yeah, from
Nice,
being
man.
brain damaged and paralyzed, I've actually managed to pull through some shit.
That's awesome, my friend.
Now it's just fix this damn trading.
That's so
Anyway,
cool.
I
And
think I know what to do with the trading. I think I know what to do. I've just got to keep at it, and as you say, just focus. I love what you said yesterday. Be patient with your winners and be impatient with the losers. And I'm not doing that. I'm exactly the opposite. I'm so patient with those losers, and they fuck me up. Sorry for swearing.
this is another phenomenon that I talk about, and you just kind of get back into the game, so it's a little bit different for you. But most people, when they start dip buying, even if you're dip buying, what happens is, from a psychological standpoint, is all of you who have been billies for a long time, buying highs, buying strength, buying breakouts, high day breaks, all that's good stuff, buying VWAP breaks, intuitively are already programmed to understand that I have to sell this pretty quick to make money because it always goes against me, right? Let me know in chat right now if you're in the YouTube chat or chat, wherever. I mean, I know that's what it was for me. I came to the realization like, oh, I'm too patient. It doesn't work when I'm this patient. So I have to sell it really quick. No, it does.
So with those losers.
No, yeah. But that's what happens to me when and that realization as well. Okay. When I'm dip buying, I'm super impatient. Like I said, I literally just open my market sell order the second I buy to make sure I take it out of my hands. My losses, y'all, are so easy. Psychologically, they're easy. I just cut, trade's done. That was all the work I had to do on that trade, and that's still doing my job. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys have been watching my trades when they work. Now it's time to work. Now it's like, okay, I got to watch price action for hopefully the next 2 fucking days. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can hang on and sell, and this is going to be really strong. So that's the idea, okay? That is what you're, and that's because I'm programmed like that. I'm programmed that usually like my trades aren't going to work pretty quick. I just got to take it off because I'm wrong, or they're going to start working. And because I'm buying reversals, oftentimes they don't just go straight up. There are new shorts that step in. There are all the new ebbs and flows, and it takes some patience. And I'm not always great at it, but we do have to move to the next one, my friend. I really enjoyed getting your story. That's going to help me going forward with you.
Awesome. Lovely. Thanks.
Take it easy, Neil, my friend.
Awesome. Take care. Chat soon. Bye.
What's up, y'all at home enjoying trader therapy so far? It's I tell you what, we do this every Friday, and it is what both brings our group together, makes it so special, gives people hope, gives people investment in each other. You're not alone. There's always someone with a worse story. There's always someone going through something more difficult. And there's always someone who has an answer for you, right?
Howdy, howdy.
Dave's ICC position is working out well. Dave. Okay. What's up, Beach?
What's good? How are you?
What's up, bud?
Oh, nothing much. Just, enjoying the Friday before work. Um, We got by Brad. I know. I just like Meech. It looks cool on the screen. um, I got the green screen up because it looks like Michael Good's apartment or house, whatever it looks. I'm sure you know. Um, I'll keep it short, simple. Because I wrote it down. I was ready. I know what I've got coming up as far as like what problems are going to be. Um, so I'm currently active duty in the Air Force. I'm getting out. Appreciate you. Thank you. Um, I'm getting out early 6 months in May so that I can do this work program. But it's also like an easy way for me to just get out sooner. I've done almost 6 years. I'm over it. But it's this data analytics skill bridge type program. And I'm excited about that because it only requires a little bit of time every day, like maybe less than 30 minutes. So I can do that. But the focus and also on why I'm doing it is so I can do trade time. I'm not profitable anymore. I was profitable back in 2020. Everyone was. So that was nice. I got up to 5 figures and it was good. I had to give it back because COVID was rough on the area I was in. Um, but it was nice to have that deployment money plus also the wins from that. But now that I'm coming back to it and I've built up the capital, I can actually trade now. And it's like, okay, this is great. This is wonderful. Problem is I see this as, okay, I've got 6 months after May to kind of get to a point where I can be profitable, or at least enough to make the excuse to my family of like, hey, mom, I'm making money. Don't, get upset with me too much. Because mom and dad are very nice to let me back in and they come with it. So yeah, it's really just like I'm worrying about this upcoming stage in my life where I know that there is going to be some pressure, kind of like how Neil was, where he was like, I have to make this work. I have the same type of pressure and I feel for him. I do. Um, but I know that, it's going to take time and I'm fully aware. Um, your thought processes and your ways of doing things of saying, hey, don't be Billy. Happy to say I'm not Billy anymore. Or at least I see things differently. So it's really just getting back in the groove. So yeah, I'm just worried about the future. That's plain and simple of it.
First of all, thanks for your service, man. So much respect for all y'all who serve and protect our country and uphold our values. Fucking so many thanks to y'all. And that goes to anyone on the stream or all the pack members. Y'all know how I feel about you guys and gals. Second of all, yeah, you're dealing with the same fear everyone's dealing with, man. Everyone wants to make it. I remember I had so much pressure on me when I was learning this game, man. 2016, I was only 4 years removed from being a drug addict, dude. Like and living in a rehab for a year or whatever. And I was working a 9 to 5 and I had my daughter was on her way, right? And like all these things and so much pressure. Same thing, my friend. And just like we just need to let it drive us in the correct direction. You know what I mean? Let that passion show through. But the problem for a lot of us is that the passion shows through in the wrong ways. Okay? It manifests in the form of not wanting to be wrong and like all of these doubts, self-doubts. We have to experiment. We have to lose a lot, you guys, to figure out how to win. And what I'm trying to show y'all is how to be able to lose as much as you fucking want. You know what I mean, man? That's what I'm trying to show you guys. I'm not saying buying strength never works. Look at they go up and they go up and you can, you know what I mean? You can make money there. I'm not saying you can't. I've never have. I'm just saying if you want to do what I do, which is be able to lose as much as you want and then get these crazy risk reward profiles and wake up to 200% gappers sometimes and like all the crazy stuff that goes along with the places that I put myself, There's a way to do that. You know what I mean? And then you can mix in the dumb crap along the way, as long as you have a process that most of the time is not dumb. You know what I mean? I still do dumb crap once in a while. So,
Yeah.
so same idea, you know, those who are just getting back into it, we have to be a bit patient with ourselves. That's it. Okay. Be a bit patient with ourselves, but use the passion and make sure that we're, you know, if the passion's there, we got the energy, we're putting in the work that we're putting in the work. You know what I mean? We're tracking the trades. We're expanding our process and our knowledge. And then at the end of the day, understanding the ebbs and flows, and that we have got to take losses. We just got to keep losing, man. We really do.
And if paper cuts,
and if they're paper cuts that you can withstand, then that's just is what it is. That is what it is. If I promise you, you can't trade the spots of the charts that I trade and not end up with some damn good luck throughout the year. Okay, way more good luck than bad luck. As opposed to breakouts and everything. And there's a very specific reason for that. Macro shit. Everyone wants to trade the minute chart. Everyone's sucked into everything. We take a step back and say, oh, but no. But that guy's there. Oh yeah, they're dumping here. And you get to put the puzzle together. Makes it a lot easier. Gives you more rhyme or reason. So that's what all the passion for all of us needs to go towards. Productive shit, right? If it's negative and if it's always like, woe is me, and I like, or just like, you know, I have to, you don't have to. First of all, you might not get it. You know what I mean? You better settle into that fact that it might not happen next week. If you can't settle into the fact, well, you need to settle in the fact that it's not going to happen next week or next month.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The idea for me is to make it try to happen next month and be ready next month, but understand it's probably not next month that I'm going to just go 1 to 1 million. And if I go 1 to 1 million next month with no previous education or any process development or struggle, you will lose it all very fast. So,
I mean, if everyone could do it, we all would have by now, you know? For
correct. Sure. So thank you for getting up, man. Yeah. Thank you for your service, patience. I'm sure I'm going to be seeing a lot of you as well. And we'll continue to work on things as we move forward, but
appreciate the time. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, my friend. Have a good one, Brad.
Take care.
What else we got? If y'all are enjoying this trader therapy session, make sure to hit that like if you haven't. Make sure to be subscribed. If you want to take part in these trader therapy sessions literally every week and come talk to me, join the pack. 40% off right now with that QR code, that green and red QR code. Just scan it with your phone. What's up, Slavi? You got a camera? And you're muted. Got to get you up, son. We might have to boot you. Get your mic ready. Get your mic ready. Let's roll. Who else? A few more, then we got to wrap up for the day. I will answer some psychological questions in the chat as well. Come with me if you want to leave. What's up, bro? You're muted too. Unmute yourself, son. There we go. Brother. Yeah, got you. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, brother. I have to keep half an eye on my screen because I'm in a trade. But yeah, so last week we talked and I was struggling a lot with revenge trading. You gave me some really good advice, and I applied that this week, and I've been doing a lot better. Um, but I have a question. I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm just having trouble making my whole entire trade process right now. I'm kind of tinkering and trying to find what works for me, and I just feel like I'm making it a little too complicated. Do you have any advice for just making everything a little bit simpler? Uh, I feel like I document I document a lot of my thoughts in my journal, and then like when I come to review at the end of the day, I have like a half hour of just going through all the stuff I put down, and I feel like I'm just putting too big of a workload on myself and not really getting like focusing on the right things. I think I'm focusing on just too much and just being like really picky with everything, if that makes sense.
I got you. Um, no, I mean, there's not too much wrong with honestly adding stuff like if you're doing heavy journaling and looking into your thoughts and all that good stuff. Um, but you're bringing this to me because it's affecting you in a negative fashion, right? So
Right.
I mean, really, the answer is either step off a little bit, some parts of those process, okay, if that's what you think, but at the end of the day, it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, we spoke last week. You were dude. You were literally revenge trading so badly.
Dude, it was so bad.
It was so bad. That was like bad, bro. So the first thing is you got that under control. Boom. And you that's
Yeah.
like that's numero uno, my friend, right? Numero uno.
Right.
So it's all good, but at the same time, I don't think it's really a problem that you're unless unless it's like stopping you from trading. I don't think it is. It's probably a good thing. You know what I mean? What do you
Right.
mean though? Like it takes half an hour to get through your handwritten notes from the day's trades?
Right. So like whenever I get a trade, I'll write it like in my journal online, like what my entry is, my exit, my price target. And then as the trade goes on, I feel like I adjust my plan a lot. So I document all that too. And then when I actually execute my plan, I document that too. And it's just like everything going on in my head in my journal. And I just feel like it's like information overload. Um,
No, I got
yeah.
you, bro. I got you. The biggest the word I heard was the shifting of plans. That's the
Mhm.
biggest thing I heard there. You know, if when I have too much shift, what I like to do is create my plan, right? It's easy to let one or two candles mess with your original plan. It's so easy to let that happen. But that's why I always try to remember what my original plan was. All right. So the writing of the
Right.
original plan is great. My suggestion to you is now really work on sticking to plans. We got the obviously things happen in the charts and price action, right? Where we have to take action. I did it today.
Mhm.
With some of my shares on BRSH. I didn't get to, and then I just took the rest off, right? Without my actual plan was to get some to hopefully VWAP, and then cut the rest through low of day on BRSH today. But I checked out the filings and changed my plan. Okay. So there are some times where it's okay. All right. But
Mhm.
99, and I could have let it just stop me out too. And then I would change my plans or whatever else. It wouldn't have been a big deal. Still be a win after locking and all that good stuff. That being said, what we need to do is be able to go back to our plans and then have better plans tomorrow, or initial plans, right? I want my initial
Mhm.
plans to do what I want. I don't want subsequent plans to then, and it can happen. There's that line between listening and watching price action and listening to price action and watching tape and all those things. And then just being scared out, okay, for no reason. So,
Right.
that's what the biggest deal for you, for me, is going to be to let's try maybe for the next few weeks to really let our initial plans manifest, right? And if they don't, then they don't. Okay? And if it only works partially and we sell some here and then it doesn't all the way work, fine. If we do something and it doesn't work partially and whatever, all the different ways that trades may or may not work for us, that's going to happen. Okay? But what I'd rather have you do is be able to come change your plans for tomorrow, okay? Right? Than have to change like the 20 plans that you made yesterday for some reason. You know what I mean? Intra-trade. Have to deal with that for review. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and see more specifically, like I'm really good with my stops and my entries are really good. It's mainly for me, it's just my price targets because I'll set them and then I'll usually do them real conservative. My first one I'll sell there. Then after that, I'll either just keep selling and miss the bigger picture of the move, or I'll just I just make bad sells. I just feel like there's just for the past month, every trade I've been in, I just sell way too early. And so more specifically, that's the part that I'm changing is my price targets based on the new information going on, throughout the day. And I think I just need to, like you said, just kind of chill out and, see if my original plan comes to fruition. So I'm definitely going to try that.
You're on the path, man. You're on the path. I can just like when your problem, you're on the path. You're on the path towards extending the gains on those ones you don't get stopped out on, right? You're on that path now, okay? I'm not perfect at it. Sometimes it works out really well, but generally speaking, I'm just doing my best to sell however many shares I think I need to sell into each level, right? That's it. I love it though, man. I love the progress. Thanks for getting up again, speaking on it. I'm glad that you got your revenge trading under control, and now next time you'll know how when it emerges, you're gonna have to kill it just like you killed it this time, right? You didn't kill it fast enough last time. Next time, that recognition, you'll be able to kill that shit, right?
Right. It's always going to be there, but I just got to keep remembering to keep it under control. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Never.
But now I know.
It will. It can. I hardly revenge trade, brother. It can. You'll settle into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A big deal too. Take the P&L off. For those who actually are habitual revenge traders, don't look at the P&L. Just seeing that red number for some of you is like a bull. You're like a bull in a china shop, so. Thank you, my friend. We will catch you soon.
Thanks, buddy.
Take it easy, brother. We got anyone else? We wrapped up. What's up, Big Rye?
Hey, man. I just want to say that attending the San Francisco boot camp has been greatly beneficial for me. Last time we talked, I was struggling with patience and basically was taking too many losses and everything. And since then, especially the last 2 weeks, I've traded a lot better. I've also kind of coincidentally had a mental, I guess you can say a mindset shift in that I went from treating trading like a job to treating it like I'm in college, that I'm just trying to learn, downsize, and push buttons. And it's been beneficial for me. I've had some more winning trades. Today I had my best trade of the month on CCCC. And I'm more or less here to say I'm thankful for the community and you and your teachings, man. I'm seeing that mindset change and playing more off of lows than I ever have. Like I said at the boot camp, I'm a recovering breakout trader, so it's been difficulty for me to relearn, rewire, and I've seen the benefits this week or the past couple weeks. Outside of one trade where I fat fingered my entry and entered too much size, and so I took a bigger loss than I wanted to. But overall, I feel a lot more confident about my trading, and just wanted to basically share my thanks, man. So
Dude, that's awesome. You know, I love when you cats get up, by the way, and and are happy. You know what I mean? And no, I'm serious, man. Look at that smile, everyone. Look at that beautiful smile. You know, that smile is why I teach, my friend. That smile is why I'm doing this live first. Hopefully we'll get some more people in who can experience this. It's special, man. That bit of hope in a world with very little hope. If you've been doing it for a while, it kind of gets like almost hopeless, dude. So thanks for coming up, man. You know, it's
and some of my winners were ones that even I scaled out of. It wasn't before I was just one size in, one size out, and the scaling out, I think, has really, as like you said, buys your patience. And once I heard you say that, it really resonated with me, because that's something that I struggle with. Um, I'm still working on making my losers smaller,
yeah,
but my win percentage has gone up. So
that's beautiful, brother. Dude, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Anytime you have that, you cling on to it, and you just keep forging in that direction. When it feels good, you keep forging in that direction, my friend. You know what I mean? And it just becomes kind of second nature that this is the way. Find the great risk reward off the lows, join the shorts as they have to cover and starts it. Like, that's
Right.
it, man. I'm trying to get on that tide as the tide shifts. When the tide shifts and the shorts, all those shorts who have been hitting lower highs have to switch and start buying. That's when the charts go up. You know what I mean? And those are the moments that give you the absolute most insane best risk reward in the stock market, dude. So on an intraday basis, and they're the cheapest stocks, so you can buy the most share. It's the craziest thing, right? It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
And yeah, it's great to see. So again, not everything's doom and gloom, and people like you getting up and showing the happiness and the light, you know, provides so much motivation, in my opinion, to so many people. So
Yeah. Thank you. I just
thank you,
wanted to
my
share
friend.
that. So
Appreciate
that's
you,
all I
dude.
got. I'm short and sweet today.
We'll see you around. We got more, or are we done? Michael 75. If y'all at home enjoying the trader therapy, this is something I only do privately. We've never done this or put it on YouTube or anything. But I thought it would be an excellent example of what we do to get our minds right. What I do to get, this is just as much for me as it is for my students every single week. The reminders and the discussion and the group building is my favorite. You know, I love this stuff, dude. What's up, Nolan? What's up, big boy? You in Arizona? Let's go play some golf. That kid crushes at golf. Dude, move to Texas. I need a golf partner here. I got one who's a long drive driver. We could put together a hell of a foursome for a scramble. Okay. So do Mondays usually dictate my trading week, Jamel asked? Always. They always dictate my trading week. What's up, Michael? You probably have to unmute yourself.
Hello?
Hey there.
Hey. Hello. Thank you for getting on the phone, and thank you for uh, having these sessions, and um, great to be speaking with a fellow Texan. Just not a lot. Um, so Um, can you hear me? I wasn't sure, and I was trying to get video, but it's working. Um, but anyway, um, yeah, I just wanted to come on and because like I struggle with a lot, like learning, um, joining. Like I get the buying at Lowe's really makes sense to me, and that's what I've really wanted to learn. I've invested a lot in my trading education and journey so far. Um and buying lows and trying to sell them to strength has made a lot of sense to me. Um and that's what I really wanted to learn, but I'm struggling a lot with um I guess uh finding the entries and um pulling the trigger. And so I end up feeling like I'm feeling, but am missing a lot of opportunities. And so um I'm just stagnant.
Now I get you. So that happens to me too, right? Get used to it. First of all, get used to missing plays. All of you, y'all need to get used to missing plays. It's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. That being said, if it becomes something, oh, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we got you. I get you. Okay. And now and most of you, that's what happens. Okay. That moment where the best risk reward usually occurs. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's slower. You get a double bottom. You get it set up nicely. Sometimes it's faster, right? And then especially if they're trapping or something like that. And next thing you know, what you're doing, what I said, which is chasing. Okay. Which is like, it's not necessarily, you're not buying strength. Okay. But you're still not getting great risk reward on your trades. Does that make sense? If we're kind of buying like if stocks are already bouncing into VWAP or into my price targets, essentially, if they're already starting to get towards your price target and you don't have good risk reward towards it, you know what I mean? So for me, the answer is universally, if I want to be trading, I see trades, I see the entries, they pass me by, I'm too late, I FOMO in, or I just don't trade, right? Become paralyzed is what happens essentially. I use the one mantra that I've been using for a long time, which is size down and press buttons. Size down, press buttons and get a paper trade. Size down to where it doesn't scare you. There's fear. There's some sort of fear that we have to get over, that we can't get over till we take losses and click and press buttons. We all have to come to the realization that if we do not take risk, we cannot be traders. If we are not buying stocks and selling them, or selling them and then buying them back, or trading options or trading whatever, forex, futures, whatever, if you are not putting money into the markets and then either extracting some or losing some, we don't learn lessons, real lessons. We don't have data to go off of. Okay. That's one of the big things, guys. I see some people who literally are just studying for 3 years. Well, you missed 3 years worth of data on yourself. You missed 3 years worth of self-discovery of how you handle situations, right? We have to, listen, guys, we have to walk through this fire. It's a fire. It's a jungle. It's scary as fuck. There's money to lose. We're confused. There's so many things, right? But we got to walk through that fire every day. It takes balls and, not just balls. It takes courage, right? It takes courage to walk through these fears. That's what this shit's about to me. And for me, it's always just been about, I got to hack my shit. Okay. I got to hack my brain, whatever's that little hitch that I have, right? When it's time to do something and it's what happens. That's what we have to sort out. What happens there is fear overtakes you. Am I right? Am I wrong? All these questions that you didn't have until the second you're like, ooh, should I? It's here. And then we would have pressed buttons, but now it's gone. Right? It's gone. Too late. So, yeah, it's one of the, you're going to have to get over it as fast as you can, that we have to lose. This is what I'm doing. I've been actively trying to lose. Like today, I kind of just wanted to lose, man. You know what I'm trying to say? You need everyone. You need to not, especially if you're trying to rewire, if you're trying to figure out how to dip buy, you need to get over losing. You need to get over needing an 80% win rate on a strategy. That's bullshit. If you're trying to go long, ain't no such thing for the most part. Okay? But you can get crazy risk reward. You can become the house, right? You're in control. You're in control of the macro and everything. So all I need from you is like, let's size down and press buttons or paper trade. Got to press buttons, my friend. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. And that's I'm trying to work myself to do, and not get over, like, I find myself getting angry, like, feeling like I miss, because I feel like I miss like a lot of opportunities every day. And so like every day is a no trade day, every day is a no trade day, every day is a no trade day. And like even today, like, not seeing the RCA, at the time that I knew, or that would say to me that would have been the time to buy. Like,
right.
We're okay, it set up this double bottom down here, and didn't see that, or couldn't, wasn't there to see that, or missing CCC at its lows when I was watching it.
No, I know, dude. Trust me, and it's going to keep happening like that. But we can't let that deter us. We have to come back every single day, and think about it, it's just we got to get the next 1,000 trades working in our favor. The math behind it. We don't have to win that. I mean, we can win 300 of the next 1,000 trades and make money. We can win 999 of the next trades and blow our account as a short seller. Right. I'm dead ass, dude. Love you.
All right, thanks.
Sorry, I love you too, bro. I was talking to my wife. He's like, dude, I love you too. No. But yeah, brother, I feel you. I'm in that myself right now. And you're seeing what I'm doing. I'm going to be okay. You know what? It's going to be okay to lose. Y'all have to let go so much. Y'all have to let go. And I get it. Some of you are like beating dogs and stuff when you get to the pack, like when you get to my room. I'm not saying about you, but a lot of people, just from years of like being beaten in the markets, right? Well,
yeah, I mean,
well, guess what? I get beat every day in these markets. I could be beat for the next 2 weeks, and then I just need to hit my one. That's it. You know what I mean? Generally speaking, that's not what happens. I have safeguards in place, so I don't go 2 weeks with just lose. But thank you, brother. Thanks for getting up.
Yeah, thank you.
It'll get better, but everyone must understand it's a risk game. We must risk. Even if it's paper at first, it's better than nothing, all right?
Have a good weekend.
Thanks for getting up, buddy. All right, everyone. Well, that was Trader Therapy. That was this week's Trader Therapy, at least. Okay? It was this week's Trader Therapy. Do y'all enjoy that? Let me know in chat. Bit different. We do it every Friday. And then I put them on the site so everyone can kind of up their game and And if they're struggling, it's the kind of thing you get to watch. And I guarantee you, who resonated with something that someone was struggling with today in the chat? Anyone? The whole point of that is that one person can get up and help 500 people or 1,000 people, or in this case, we're on YouTube, so maybe 10,000 people. You know what I mean? So I really, really, really hope you guys enjoyed this. We are going to wrap up. We have been going for quite a while. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Actually, let's do, if there are any questions, I'll answer a few questions too, by the way, but I do have to wrap up. For those who are asking, yeah, we're running our Christmas sale launch today. Our holiday sale just launched. So you can scan the QR code right here. Beep, 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 beep. You can scan that. Biggest discount we're ever giving. Next year, because the pack's growing pretty fast, we're going to be changing some things, capping certain parts of the room and all that good stuff, because I want to be able to provide the best product possible every single day. I do a webinar like this every single morning. We do trader therapy like we just did every single Friday. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, I do pre-market prep for 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, and then a live trading webinar. And then power hour prep most days, either a webinar or via voice. And the whole point of that is so that you get to see the ebbs and flows. I teach all my strategies, but they ebb and flow, and there are nuances, and they combine. Sometimes it's multiple strategies in one. All right. So that's, that's the whole point of the daily webinars, is so that you guys get to see me ebb and flow, and you might see me trade a strategy yesterday and then completely ignore it tomorrow. Right? So you get to see those things and the reasons why, and sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong, but you get it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. You get to see me struggle. You get to see me have the best trading of my life. All of it. All right? So jump in the pack if you want. If you've been struggling, I'm telling you, it's a very, very, very unique place that we have. It's a very unique home for traders, especially long biased, listed traders. It's all we really do in there. We have some short sellers. I'll be short selling a little bit and all that good stuff, but I think it's a haven for long traders everywhere right now, and that's why I'm on YouTube, just trying to let you guys know that there is this place. It's very special, and my traders are doing special things. So thank you all so much. Again, rwtrades.com/Christmas is the Christmas sale. You can get in the pack, the free Discord as well. It's not too active most of the time, but at least you get in touch with some of my information. We'll be dropping the new boot camps for 2024 here in the next week or so. Okay. We're going to be hitting East Coast, West Coast, and Middle America again. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you guys on Tuesday, because we are starting to do pre-market prep together on Tuesdays instead. Every Tuesday, by the way, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure to smash that like if you enjoyed this as well, by the way. And then we are going to be live every single Tuesday morning for pre-market prep. Reason being, Monday mornings, like we always speak about, I use that to kind of get a gauge of what's happening in the markets. And Tuesday mornings, usually by then I have a good idea. So I'll catch you guys all on Tuesday. Everyone, catch some of you in the pack. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Hope you got something from it. I know I did. I love you all. Stay safe. And Okay.